Hi, this is Priya Kumar. I'm a motivational speaker and an author. I have written 8 books in the genre of inspiration, and I have just finished writing my 9th book, which shall be released by the end of the year, by the end of 2016, and I'm super excited about it. You know, when I go for my workshops and author-reader meets, often people tell me, Priya, you are so lucky. You know, you got the right facilities, the right kind of people, you grew up probably in the right family, your parents are so supportive, and then they give me this really long story about the compromises they had to make and the sacrifices they had to make, and that is the reason why they could never pursue their dreams. And as much as it's true, and as much as I understand the pain and suffering of people who had to put their dreams on hold, I have a different take on compromise. You see, I feel that when you are asked to compromise, and it could be, it's a real thing for people, it has been so in my life, and there is nobody that I know who has not had to compromise or put their own desires, aspirations and goals on hold because of a higher call of duty or obligation, whether it be personal, social, professional, or on a family basis. For example, let's say you're a working lady and your family, your husband or your in-laws ask you to leave your job so you can look after the child. Now, as much as you really want to work, and that is, you know, what keeps you going and that's your drive, maybe you will have to compromise and put that on hold. Now, when such a situation arises, this is just an example, I would say that compromise in this case doesn't have to become permanent. It could be temporary. You know, you could negotiate with your husband saying, all right, I understand this is what is needed and wanted now, so let me take a leave or a sabbatical for a year, and then let's review the matter, and then, you know, look at it afresh a year from now. Who knows that, you know, you could be rolling in abundance and maybe you never need to go back to a job, or who knows that you're rolling in abundance and you get the right kind of help so that you can actually go back to your job. Who knows? So don't treat compromise as an end all, that ab zindagi barbaad ho gayi, or now my life is over, or what is this, and, you know, create more and more demons for yourself that will not let you sleep, that will steal your peace, and that will steal any hope of it manifesting later in the future. So it's all right on a temporary basis to put it on hold. Don't make it permanent in your head. Everybody goes through it. Tell me one person who hasn't had to put a pause on his or her, you know, dreams or desires, like I said, aspirations and so on. So make it temporary. You know, don't make such a big deal out of it. Everybody goes through it. I mean, look, if you had a severe injury and if you had, let's say, a very complicated surgery, you would anyways have to put things on hold, isn't it? But that doesn't mean that you will never get back to life as normal ever. You would, and while you're there, you know for a fact that you will get back on your feet, you will get back to your job, you will get back to roaming the world, you would get back to writing your book, or you would be going back to doing your shows, whatever. So my take on this is that don't make compromise a permanent feature. That would be the biggest curse you can cast on your own life. And sometimes, you know, when you give in too easily, people will tell you to compromise. People will tell you to sacrifice because they know that if you, you know, coax a little bit, ye man jayega, or he will give up. Or, you know, when help is needed, that she will be the one to fill in because you have been doing that for so long, you know, you've been nice enough. Or maybe you're the one who's the easiest to convince, and whatever it is that gets you in trouble to put your life on hold while everybody else is having fun. So my take on that is that when somebody asks you repeatedly to compromise or to sacrifice or to put things important to you on hold, I would say negotiate, ask that what kind of circumstances would be needed so I can resume my life, that what would need to happen that I can get back to my job, or what would I need to convince you with, or what would you need to know to have confidence in me so that I can go and roam the world. You know, oftentimes people have a problem and they look at you as a solution. You're not the solution. You may not be a solution always, but you can help them look for a solution other than yourself. You know, so always you being the person who has to fill in, you being the person who has to take out time, you being the person who has to cut out on things, you find another solution as a replacement of you, and it's available. And in doing that, you are helping them move beyond you, and you're helping yourself free up your space and do what you would really love to do. Negotiate, and don't take it too hard. See, you only have given them practice to come to you the minute some urgency arises. So if you gave them the leeway, if you gave them the allowance, then now you're in trouble, and now you turn it around by offering them solutions which no longer involve you. It will take a little time of adjustment, because all of this obviously didn't happen overnight, so obviously the overturn will also not happen overnight. But if you start today, maybe in a few months you will get there where you are free now, where you have solutions other than yourself. It's worth a try. And let's say, you know, times are really bad, you are the one now on the job, and you are the one who has to sacrifice, who has to compromise and let go of your dreams and hopes and aspirations and your job or whatever it is that you love to do, that now you'll end up doing things you don't want to do, or you can't do the things that you want to do. Let's say circumstances have aligned such that there is no escape, there is no solution, and you are the one. I would say give in to the compromise then, but don't let go of your dreams. Still keep the dreams with you strong, because you see, one day the tables will turn. It's not going to be the same forever. The situation that is today, or the crisis that is today, or the problem that is today, or the mindset or viewpoint of people that is today is going to change. Trust me, everything changes. But when things change, do you still remember your dreams? Are you still optimistic and enthusiastic and hopeful enough that one day you will get the chance? There will be that day, and that opportunity will arise, that opportunity will come. But you know what happens then? By then, most people have forgotten about their dreams. By now, they've said, "Ab mujhe karna hi nahi hai. Now I don't want to do it." Hey, everybody goes through it. You're not the only one. You're not the unfortunate one. It is not special to you. Please don't believe me. Go verify these facts from people you admire, from people who have risen to, you know, iconic positions. Read up the biographies I wrote on Mr. O.P. Munjal and on Mr. Shubhashish Chakrabarti. I mean, read up the lives of amazing people. Yes, they were put in a tight spot. They literally had to hit the stop button on the life that they wanted to pursue. But then one day things changed, and that day they picked it up, pressed the play button, and they were on. That's my take on compromises and sacrifice. Don't make it permanent. You know, negotiate your way out of it. Try, and if it all doesn't work, it's okay. Give in, but don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your life. The times will change, the circumstances will align, and you will be back to the life that is worthy of you. I hope this helps. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a different take or viewpoint, please tell me. I'll incorporate it in my next video. Stay in touch and stay tuned.